So this is me when I was 13, 14 and I was obsessed with the BTCC. I loved how low the cars were, the big wheels, how they scraped the floor. This is in about 1999, 2000. And one of my favourite cars was the BMW e36. 4-door, it was a 2-litre engine. I was obsessed with it. I couldn't tell you anything about the drivers. I could tell you a lot about the cars. I also loved the Vauxhall Vectra. It didn't have any side skirts on it. It looked like the front bumper was always scraping the floor. Loved them. Through that love of the BTCC, that's how I ended up with my other car. I've got a 3-door Sierra Cosworth. I absolutely love it. So not long ago, I was searching on Facebook for BMW e36s. Had to be a saloon. I didn't want a coupe or a compact. So I put out on a E36 Facebook page, has anyone got a BMW E36 4-door? Must be either white, black, red, or like a dark grey. And a lad messaged local 5 minutes along the road. Adam, I've got a BMW E36. It's a pre-facelift, non-Vanos, non-sunroof, 6-cylinder E36. It's got no MOT, it's got some problems. I want 900 quid for it. Problem is, it's gold with a cream interior. Now I wanted a black dash. So he wanted 900 quid, it was cheap, it was local. I said I'll come and have a look. So here is the BMW E36 in gold 4-door saloon. To me, the absolute best shape for a BMW. As you can see, the car's been stood in the garage for a while. Now as we're about to find out, there's a problem with the car. The rear shocker isn't bolted to the car. I'm not sure why, but let's hear from the lad selling the car and see what he's got to say. Was it 2-litre?
Yeah, 2 litres, 6-cylinder.
6-cylinder?
Yeah, I've got loads of history with it.
Right.
Which I've got in the house, I haven't got it out yet.
So has the bolt snapped or something? Is that what it is?
Either the bolt snapped or fallen out. I haven't had a proper look.
Right.
Like I say, it happened at the back end of last year and it's just been on sawn since then. Because I haven't had the time or the arse to be able to...
So has it run out of MOT?
It's got no MOT.
What'd you buy for them? Just something to...
I want it on retro shape.
Did you?
Yeah.
So as you just heard, the lad didn't actually buy the car. He won it on a website called RetroShite. It's the first time I've heard of this. But as with all E36s, one of the most important things to check is the jacking point. This is where they suffer the worst for rust. This one is all looking good. It is missing the jacking point rubber pad, but that is not an issue. You can get them on eBay for like a tenner. Now by this point I was interested in the car, so I asked the lad to pull it outside so we can have a better look at it in the light. I did have another look underneath at this rear shocker that's hanging off. Hopefully it's just a case of putting a new bolt in and then that job will be sorted. So here is the engine in the car. This is an M50 B20 engine and apparently they're a good engine. Apparently you can do 400 brake horsepower with a single turbo conversion. The inside of the car, you can see this is where the lad won the car from. It's a website called RetroShite. I've never heard of it until I bought this car. But as you can see, the interior of the car, pretty clean. Unfortunately, it hasn't got aircon and it's an automatic. But it's cheap and it's a cool car. So I think the only thing left to do is get it loaded up on the trailer and get it home. While I was waiting for it to get delivered, I did ask ChatGPT to me. It's a gold BMW E36 saloon with M3 style bumpers and steel wheels, and this is what I came up with. Two cool designs, I think. I especially like the body coloured bumpers. Anyway, let's see if we can fix the car. So with these old cars getting quite valuable now and there's loads of dodgy drivers on the road, it's always best, especially if you've got an agreed insurance, to get a dash cam to cover yourself in case the worst happens. So thanks to the sponsor of today's video, VO4 with the A329S. The VO4 dash cam offers 4K resolution. The front camera delivers ultra clear 4K video, offering stunning detail both day or night. And as an example, this is me at night chasing a frog around the streets. The interior camera offers a 210-degree fisheye lens with 4 infrared LEDs that captures the entire inside of the car, side windows and blind spots. And with the multiplex video format, it makes sharing easy. There's no edit needed, you just simply shoot it and post it. The VO4 dashcam also offers low power impact detection, so even when your car's turned off, the camera's on standby. So if an impact is detected, the camera will wake up within 2 seconds and record a 1-minute clip, giving you crucial evidence of what's happened to your car. It also supports external SSD drives, so you will not run out of storage. The HDR technology Helps balance very bright and very dark areas to avoid overexposure. It's especially useful for reading registration plates at night. 5.4 have made the dash cam super easy to install. It comes with everything you need. It's all plug and play. It even comes with the tools and the stickers built into the dash cams, so it just sticks straight in your car. Use my discount code that's linked below to get 5% off your dash cam. So let's see if we can fix the rear shocker on the BMW. Now the lad I bought it off, the thing that's worrying me is the lad I bought it off seemed to know what he was talking about. So why hasn't he put the shocker back on? Hopefully it's just a case of putting a new bolt in, but why wouldn't he do it? And if the bolt doesn't go in, then it's going to need a new hub, which will be a big job, and I haven't got my garage done yet. I've got plans in, the plans have been done, I'll show you them soon, but it will be a big job to do on the drive. So I've ordered a new bolt. Here it is. Now on eBay you can get a BMW e36, which is what this is, rear shocker bolt. It's £10 and it'll take about a week to come. I didn't do that. I got this for £2 or £3 posted. And there's a couple of things you need to know if you're going to order a bolt. So this is the same. This is M12. That's 12mm in diameter. Same as this, M12. So there's a couple of things you need to know when you're ordering bolts for your car. They're just generic bolts. This isn't, if I ordered the BMW one, it wouldn't have BMW stamped on, anything like that. It's just a generic bolt. So if you're ordering bolts for your car, there's a couple of things you need to know. You need to know the outside, this is M12. You need to know the length of your thread. This is 60mm, but because it's going in the shock, I didn't get full thread all the way down because there's going to be a bush sits here. So you need to know the diameter, the length, and the pitch. That is the distance between each little spike of the thread. This one is 1.75mm between each little spike in the thread. This one is 1.5. So you can see they don't go together. If they were the same pitch, they will go together. The other important thing you need to know is when you're ordering bolts is this number on the bottom. You can see that one there says 10.9. This one says 8.8. So that has a different hardness in the steel. One will be more brittle, one will be more bendy. Like the harder one won't bend, it'll snap. That's got its benefits. It's obviously a bit stronger, but it won't take shocks as well. Whereas a softer bolt will take a shock better, but it's not as hard. So you need to know that number on the bottom. This one's, for instance, is 8.8. And this, like I say, this one's 10.9. And I found that number out by zooming in on the eBay listing and looking for the marking on the genuine bolt. So anyway, this should fit. This is M12 by 1.5 pitch, 60mm long with the correct hardness. So let's see, cross your fingers, this shocker goes in. And here we've got the new bolt with a bit of copper slip on. It's got an 18mm hex head on the end. Fingers crossed, fellas. Come on. There's a snap bolt in there, we are knackered. Oh, that might be going in there. Right, hopefully that'll go all the way in. Where's my socket? Let's see what it is. Oh, yes, it's going in. I'm guessing this has been loose at some point. This just fell out when the car's driving. Hopefully this is going to go all the way in. Oh, it's tightened up there. Yes, it's gone, it's gone. Ah, you beauty. That is a bit of news. So they've got the shockers back on. The car is booked in for an MOT. I can't test drive it. The only way I'm going to be able to test drive it is when I go for the MOT. So there's 2 days till the MOT. Fingers crossed it goes through. All right, let's let it down. I'm going to take the car for an MOT. Now I will be honest, I haven't checked it. I've drove the car a little bit and it feels alright, so cross your fingers, it should pass. Now unfortunately fellas, the car failed its MOT but there was some good news in it failing, so I'm going to let the MOT tester take us around and tell us the good points about this car.
So yeah, look, new bottom arms, new shocks, new hubs, new backing plates, new calipers, new drop links.
But
the rubber's up there, they've bodged the, the rubber.
Yeah, see.
Same as the other side.
See them on both sides?
Right, both top one. You've got your little rubber bongs. That's for your jacking points. For like a trolley jack. You've got one missing there, missing on that one, and then missing on that one as well.
Right.
So they literally just push it on. New rear shocks, new rear calipers, carriers, discs, pads.
But the springs are snapped.
Springs are snapped inside there.
How do you know? Can you see that?
No, it's only when I jacked it up.
Right.
There's one of them there, rattling about. They're not.
How hard is it to change on these?
They're not that bad to do.
So they
undo that top bolt there, and that all drops down, and then you just
do you have to take the drive shaft off?
Nope.
Right, unfortunately fellas, the car's failed the MOT. It's failed on 2 rear springs, which I didn't know about. It's failed on a bad earth, so it's got no brake lights, which to be honest I should have checked. I should have done my due diligence. I can't even say that word, I say it. I should have checked it. So 2 rear springs, brake lights, and it's had loads of new parts fitted, new drop links, hubs, brake calipers, everything. There's a caliper leaking, brake fluid, so hopefully I can just nip that up and that'll be alright. And also, when they fitted the new drop links, I've torn one of the rubber boots, so I'll put a new drop link on it. But for now, the car's going to go home and sit on the drive until we do the work. So when I bought the car, there was apparently a problem with the gearbox where it holds gear. Now, when I've been driving it, I think it feels fine. It feels absolutely fine to me. I've had no problems with the gearbox yet. It is an old car, so I'm not expecting like a modern gear change. But for now, the car seems fine. So irrelevant of that, we're going to go to my mate's garage and we're going to get some work done and fix the issues with the MOT. And while we're there, we're also going to change the oil and filter in the gearbox. And this is where I brought my car, my mate David Fairbairn's garage. It's a weird bird. So this car has managed to survive all its life without being modified, and today that changes. One of the first jobs is to get the car up on a 2-post ramp, and we're going to start and lower the suspension. You can see the ride height, totally original, never been dropped in its life. So let's get the ramps under the jacking points and get it in the air. With the car in the air, we'll start by removing the wheel trims and the rear wheels. We're going to start at the back and work our way at the front. And here you can see why we're lowering the car. These are the original rear springs that have snapped. So the car is actually lowered by itself without us doing any work. So with the bolt out that holds the rear shocker to the lower arm, we can then drop the suspension and pull out what's left of the rear springs. Now, my mate is a bit of a car guy, so he gives it a squirt of oil inside to stop any rust getting any worse. Then we can fit the new rear lowering springs. With the lowering springs in place, it's then a case of lifting the bottom arm up and bolting the rear shocker back into place, refitting the rear wheel, and also replacing the rear wheel trims. There's an invoice with this car for these wheel trims. Someone paid 80 quid from eBay for 4 BMW wheel trims. With the rear done, it's now onto the front. So same again, remove the wheel trim and the front wheel. We're going to move the brake pad wear sensor out the way to avoid damaging it. And we're also going to replace the drop links that have got the split rubber boot. So there is the old drop link off, and you can see why we're replacing it. This is a split in the boot. And what that would do is it would let water in, rust the drop link out and cause a knocking. And here we've got a nice new shiny one ready to be fitted to the car. Before we fit them though, we are going to remove the front shock assembly. This is me getting my hands dirty. And here we've got the 2 front shockers with the original springs sitting on place. So it's just a case of popping this top cap off and fitting the new spring in on its place and then building it all back up. We're then going to fit the shocker with the new spring back onto the car, bolt it up to the front strut top, reconnect the brake line and fit the new front drop link. I'll be honest, the old split one wasn't knocking, but it is worth replacing, especially as it was flagged on an MOT as an advisory. So with that done, we can then fit the front wheel and the front wheel trim. Before we lower the car to see how it's sitting, we are going to change the oil and the filter in the gearbox. Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say this has never been changed on this car, so it's a worthwhile job doing. First job is to drain the oil by removing the drain plug. And there you can see the dirty old automatic transmission fluid coming out. Once the oil is drained, we're then going to remove the 12 or so bolts that hold the sump onto the gearbox. We need to do this to get access to the filter inside the gearbox. There is the sump off and out the way, and you can see there that big part dripping oil is the filter. Like I say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the original one, but you can see how clean it looks inside the gearbox. So let's remove the filter. Just a case of undoing 3 bolts, then that should just pull away nicely. Like that. Then we'll fit the new filter up into place and redo the 3 bolts we've just removed. And this is inside the gearbox sump. This is a little magnet to collect any filings that come off the gearbox when it's being used. And what that does is it prevents the filings going back through the gearbox and causing unnecessary wear. Then we're going to put a new gasket on the sump. You can see it looks nice and clean inside, looks brand new inside. You can also see the 2 little magnets there on the bottom. Then we'll put the sump back onto the gearbox and bolt it up into place. Then with some automatic transmission fluid, we'll fill the gearbox back up. Now you have to pump it in, so we've got this little device where you pour the automatic transmission fluid into it. You then pressurise it by pumping the handle and it forces the gearbox oil up into the gearbox. Once it's full, it'll flow over, and that's how you know you've got your level set on the car. Once the gearbox was done, it was then time to lower the car down and see how it's sitting on the new suspension. Now when we lowered the car down, it was that low it wouldn't come off the 2-post lift, so we had to put a couple of bits of wood under the front wheels, pull the arms out, then lower it down. But you can see once it's down how low it's sitting. This car has never been lowered in its life, and honestly I think an E36 with lowered suspension looks so good. So the next day I took the car for an MOT and it passed. So with a huge thanks to my mate Bert for helping us sort the car, it was then time to get packed up and ready for a road trip. Right fellas, so the car is now MOT'd. I've serviced the car, but unfortunately there seems to be an issue with the gearbox. It doesn't seem to be changing gear. We're in 4th gear, it's a 5-speed automatic gearbox, we're stuck in 4th. We've got a 5-hour drive. We're going for a drive down to the farmer's dog, which I'm sure you'll have all seen on the Clarkson's farm on Amazon, great show. So we're going to head down there 5 hours, we're going to get a sausage sandwich, we're staying overnight. Then tomorrow we're going to go to the Diddley Squat farm and have a look around there. So hopefully we'll make it, like I say, a 5-hour journey. We're stuck in 4th gear, but hopefully we'll get there. You can see when it's stuck in gear, the revs sit quite high. You can see on the speedo here we're doing about 65 mile an hour and the revs are nigh on 5,000 revs. So that is sitting quite high, especially for a motorway. With the new suspension fitted, it does ride surprisingly nice for a load car. So that is always a bonus. So when we set off, there was an issue with the gearbox. It's a 5-speed, I believe it's a 5-speed automatic. Over there, we'll start turning, shit. Right, so it's a 5-speed automatic, I think, and it was sticking in 4th gear. So now it seems to be working. So if I put my foot down, you know, you change. There we go, it's changing gear now for some reason. I don't know what's changed, but the gearbox is now working. We're an hour and 37 minutes away. So fingers crossed we'll make it in this 900 quid BMW. As I was getting closer to Clarkson's farm, I started seeing signs for Chipping Norton, Caleb's hometown. So I thought, let's check it out. But unfortunately, the gearbox was still giving us issues. Right, so the car, for some reason, it keeps sticking in 4th gear. So what we've done is we've pulled over, I've put it in park on neutral. And if we turn the car off and back on like a factory reset, put it in D, hopefully, normally it seems to fix it. So let's try. Oh, yep, there we go, back in business. So I don't know what's up with the gearbox, fellas. We're 5 hours from home, I'm sure it'll be fine. We are literally 16 minutes from Chipping Norton, where Caleb's from, on the Clarkson's farm. So I'll catch up here if and when we get there. Right fellas, we are in Chipping Norton. This is obviously where Caleb's from. To be honest, I was kind of expecting a load of tourists, but it doesn't seem to be. I was expecting a load of cars just randomly driving through. But I think we're in the little city centre today, or the little downtown bit. Looks quite nice, to be honest, doesn't it?
It does.
The gearbox has got a bit of a rattle there, so hopefully we'll make it a 5-hour trek home. But also, after we leave here, we're going straight to the farm, which I think on the sat-nav was like 7 minutes away. Then from the farm to the pub is 20 minutes or 25 minutes. So we'll get a sausage sandwich when we get there. Now at the farm, Jeremy only does stuff that is like locally grown. So when you buy a sausage sandwich, you don't get any tomato sauce. So we've been to McDonald's and we've got some McDonald's tomato sauce for a sausage sandwich. So like I say, we'll drive through Chipping Norton, we'll have a look about. To be honest, it's just like a little quiet town. So I think we'll put the farm in the sat nav. We'll head there and see what the farm's like. I'm expecting that'll be pretty busy, to be honest. So we'll do that now. We'll head to the farm and see what's there. So from Chipping Norton, it's just a short drive to the farm with the gearbox work, unfortunately. And here is the farm. We're pulling in right next to the farm. You can see it's just like a gravel car park with loads of people about, loads of stewards telling you where to park. Once I was pointed to the car parking spot, then just a case of turning the car off, and it was literally a 100-metre walk to the farm shop. So here's something I didn't know. Clarkson's farm is actually in Chipping Norton. I thought it was somewhere outside. Just parked the car, we're going to go into the farm shop. It's literally just here. So here we are inside the farm. This is the sign we've all seen on Amazon, the Diddley Squad Farm Shop sign. Once you get inside, you come up, the first thing you see are these bollards. Literally everything has been signed in the place. So everyone must take a pen and sign everything. I'll be honest, I did sign a big sign, so you might see my signature if you go. Once we'd looked at the post, we carried on down. This was the queue for the farm shop. Honestly, it was ginormous. We didn't wait in it purely because I wanted a sausage sandwich. I was hungry, so we skipped through the queue, went round the back of the farm shop to the barn with the side off. There's a couple of little stalls in there that sell stuff for dogs, things like that, like dog treats. Once I was finished looking at the dog treats, I ordered a pint. I got it in the glass. It was £2.50 for the glass, and to be honest, I'm not sure how much the glass was, but it did come to 28 quid for two sausage sandwiches, a brownie and a pint with the glass that you take home as like a souvenir. And here you can see the big yellow Clarkson's farm sign. I did put my name on there. So being at the farm was pretty cool, especially after seeing it on Amazon Prime. But with a sip of my girlfriend's lager and a sausage sandwich and half a brownie in my belly, it was then time for the next part of the journey. Hopefully with a gearbox that works. Right, so we've been to the farm. We're going to get in the car and we're going to go and check the pub out. I think it's 25 minutes away on the sat nav. Hopefully we'll have no more issues with the gearbox, so fingers crossed we'll get there. Now unfortunately the gearbox was still playing up, which my girlfriend pointed out.
Great start, Baby Reindeer.
And if you've never seen the show Baby Reindeer, it is worth a watch. So anyway, with the short drive to Clarkson's farm, it was back on with the sat nav and back on the road. There's a lot of country roads to get there, which is ideal because I would rather a country road than a motorway. But after that short drive and trying to sneak in the disabled car park, we managed to find the car park where we need to park. We've just arrived at the pub. We came along a bumpy car park. We tried to sneak in the disabled. Well, we tried to sneak in the pub, and it's for disabled people. So we've had to park and walk quite into bed. How far do you think the walk is going to be? About 5 minutes.
10 minutes.
We're going to jump out, head along, and have another sausage sandwich with a bit of luck. No more beer though. Once we got to the farm, unfortunately, British weather, it started raining and it was absolutely packed. There was a big queue to get in the pub to see the tractor, what's hanging up. So we had a look around, we had a look in the Grand Tour tent, which is always cool to see. Especially, like I say, when you've seen stuff on telly, then you see it in person. It is super cool. The pub itself is in beautiful grounds. It's got fairy lights in the trees and that. It really is a cool one-off experience. And if you've never done it, do it once. Just do it the once to see you've done it. You can see touches of Clarkson everywhere, from the names of things to how it's been decorated. With the rain, we didn't stay that long, so it was time to head back to the car and jump in. But I will say, overall, it was a great one-off experience. I had a good weekend. We stayed overnight. It was a long drive, but definitely worth the trip. Would I do it again? Probably not. I've done it. I would do something else next time. I quite fancy the west coast of Scotland. Now, I must say, before we finish, a huge thanks to my mate Bert for stopping back at work to get the car ready for this road trip. Unfortunately, the gearbox, I don't know what we're going to do, fellas. I don't know what we're going to do. It's not working. I don't know. Maybe on the next video we'll try and figure out what's going on with the gearbox. We're going to head home. It's a 5-hour drive home. So if this video ends here, you know I made it home safe. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I'll catch us on the next one. Cheers.